Oh. That is so satisfying. Just see a big cluster of enemies, chuck your nade into it, and then I get so many ionic traces from it that I just get my grenade back right away. What is the #1 best build in all of Destiny? I came up with a simple plan to find out. Each build will be tested in a raid, Grandmaster Nightfall, and solo dungeon, receiving a rating for its DPS, ad clearing, survivability, and utility-based capabilities for each activity, all while showing you how to play it to perfection. The builds will have a static core foundation of a subclass, 2 aspects, and an exotic armor piece, while the fragments, mods, and weapons that will be shown before each activity can be tweaked to maximize the build's effectiveness in each respective environment. At the conclusion, the scores will be compiled and the build will be placed on a leaderboard against its peers, showcased in past and future iterations of this series, all of which you'll be guaranteed to see if you subscribe right now. So what is the best build in Destiny? Let's find out. With the Fallen Sunstar exotic helmet, electrostatic mind and arc soul aspects, healing rift survivability, and pulse grenade, ball lightning, and chaos reach barrages, this Arc Warlock build is one of the most electric loadouts the game has to offer. Let's see how it all works, beginning with how to perfectly execute it in a solo dungeon. The build for the solo dungeon, people always ask this a lot, what stats they should run, because I never say them specifically in the video for right now and for all future videos. Whenever I'm on this build screen talking about the specific things we're using for each activity, you can always see them down here in the bottom left. So like for this particular one, your 10 resilience is #1 priority, and then high discipline, and then probably high recovery, and maybe some intellect would be good too. Chaos reach, we're going to be getting a ton of chaos reaches. You'll see why in a second. Arc soul for, you know, our little helper all the time when we cast our rifts, and electrostatic mind for a ton of ionic traces. Fragments, we have shock, so our grenades jolt targets, which synergize really nice with ions, which will give us an ionic trace when we defeat a jolted target. Got magnitude for longer lasting pulse grenades, and then we of course have resistance for extra DR. Ball lightning, it's the ranged melee option, and we got healing rift. As far as mods go, we're basically looking to generate our abilities as much as humanly possible. We're also looking to damage buff our weapons, so like I'm using a solar heavy weapon right now, so we've got solar weapon surge, elemental charge, so that our ionic traces will give us charged with light, or not charged with light, armor charge. Charged with light is what it used to be called. Time dilation, so that these last longer, and then things to give us our regular abilities back, right? So we've got bomber, firepower for orb generation, bolstering, and impact induction, so we have ways to restore our other abilities. We can restore our grenade with this, restore our class ability with this, and then dynamo will give us a ton of supers. Powerful attraction makes it easier to collect those orbs when we cast our class ability, all that good stuff. It's just, it's magical to see all the ionic traces just kind of sprinty. I threw a grenade and I already have 2/3 of it back. Cast that and I get bomber. Now my grenade's basically all the way back, and boom, grenade's fully restored. Basically always have every single ability up, and I'm just spamming them constantly. Kind of impossible to die because I always have a healing rift. And look, I already have or I shouldn't say I already have super because I did a rally flag, but I'll use my super. And then you can see how fast I really get it. So I just used my super just 5 seconds ago, and I ran out of enemies to kill. The one problem with this build, it seems, is that you kill the enemies too quickly, therefore you don't have enough guys left over to get your super back, which, you know, when you say that out loud, hardly sounds like a problem to have. Look at how fast I'm getting my class ability back, and I'm spamming my class ability because I have dynamo, so when I cast it near enemies, I get a chunk of my super. So even though I already have rifts down, I want to keep spamming it. I also have bomber, so I get a chunk of my grenade back when I cast it. But just spamming supers, or not supers, sorry, rifts all day long. Gets me my super back already. I don't know how long that was, but let's do an actual, like, let's see actually how long it takes me to get my super back. Throwing grenades and stuff, killing everything. Trying to kill stuff primarily with arc abilities. Our arc soul does count as an arc ability as well, by the way. So if the arc soul kills an enemy, it counts as an arc ability kill, which thanks to electrostatic mind, will also give us an ionic trace, which will refund all of our other abilities. So in a worst case scenario, if you somehow run out of abilities to use, just let your Arc Soul kill something. And then Electrostatic Mind will proc a Ionic Trace. And then you'll get, I think with Fallen Sunstar, it's 30% to each ability, which is more than enough to get your stuff back. And we have our super. Yay, okay. We'll just, we'll get a little Chaos Reach action going. Guy's dead. And don't worry, we will definitely have our super back by the time we get to our DPS phase. Nice. Alrighty. Third ghost dead. Now we can run around. We still need our super back though, which shouldn't be too hard. Just cast a rift near a couple guys, throw a grenade. And then we're gonna kill this guy. And then drop a little chaos reach on him. It's kind of rude. And then Lament is healing us plenty. By the way, I'm holding like the back pedal key. That in conjunction with Lucent Blades makes it so you basically do the Lament swing combo way faster, which makes it way easier to live. It's okay. Healing Rift. Save me. Everything is fine. It's hilarious how just one healing rift and I can basically soak all the damage from every single enemy. Lucent Blades, good question. This is another reason you should come to the live stream to watch us record these videos live, is because then you can ask questions if you're confused about anything live while it's happening. Lucent Blades is a chest piece armor mod that allows you to generate charged sword energy more quickly, which allows you to basically do a faster Lament combo since it involves a lot of heavy swinging to do kind of like the, whatever you want to call it, the flip turnaround overhead swing. I don't, is there a technical name for that? But yeah, I'm comfortable chilling in this healing rift. Increases the energy recharge rate of your equipped swords. So for a fight like this, where you're kind of relying on the healing of your Lament to keep you alive, can be really, really nice. This is an Arc Warlock build guide, and you're learning additional things. So you can have multiple rifts up, but the healing from the multiple rifts will not stack, so you won't get like double the healing or anything. But you still want to cast your rift as much as possible, because every time you cast it, it'll proc Bomber to restore some grenade energy. It'll proc Powerful Attraction to collect all the orbs nearby you, and it'll proc Dynamo to give you a chunk of super energy. So even if you already have a rift down and you don't need the effects of the rift itself, such as getting the Arc Soul and getting the healing, it's still nice because it procs all of the mods that are related to class ability usage. What I can basically do too is I can kill that guy with a Chaos Reach and then instantly turn around. If I want to be even extra safe, it'll be a little less damage, but I can put my Rift down again too. That'll refresh my Arc Soul as well. My Lament combo is all over the place right now. Yeah, that was the... Yeesh. I don't really know what's going on right now. I just know that everything is kind of exploding with a bunch of electricity. It's kind of all I can really see. Oh. That is so satisfying. Just see a big cluster of enemies, chuck your nade into it, and then I get so many ionic traces from it that I just get my grenade back right away. Kind of hard to die when you always have a healing rift up. And when every enemy just kind of automatically dies to your grenade. Oh, it's time for the sniper to shine. Oh my god, I can't believe I actually hit him. Full disclosure, I was expecting to miss every single shot. I would love to have my rift back. Thanks. Ooh. And everything's just exploding. See ya. This build is going to be even crazier in the raid and GM if I run it with other Fallen Sunstar Arc Warlocks as well, because something that is like not quite as well known about the helmet, because as Destiny players we only care about our own buffs and our own ability regeneration, is that when you generate ionic traces and you pick them up, nearby allies also gain ability energy when you collect ionic traces. So if you're running Fallen Sunstar and you're generating all these traces, and then you have two teammates that are also doing the exact same thing, in addition to restoring your own abilities with ionic traces, you're also restoring their abilities and two-way street as well. So basically everyone has all of their abilities constantly being regenerated from themselves and from their teammates. I need to make sure I'm in my rift. One crazy thing about this build though is that like I really haven't, aside from maybe right there, I haven't felt that I was like in danger of dying whatsoever at any stage of this fight. And the only source of healing I have is that healing rift. And I've been pretty mobile. Like I don't really feel like I'm stuck in the healing rift because I'm allowed to just roam around because of how often I get it up just from killing enemies. So that's another huge benefit of this build, is that like even though I only have one source of healing, I've not felt like I'm in danger in any capacity. There we go. Finally. With solid damage over time from the Pulse Grenade and a nice quick burst into bosses from Chaos Reach, the DPS of this build is pretty solid. The ad clearing though is the star of the show, scoring a perfect 10 thanks to all of its ability spam and electric chaining. In the survival department, it also performs quite well, thanks to healing rifts going down about every 5 seconds. And finally, in the utility department, through Ionic Traces and Arc Souls, it's got a lot going for it. With an overall dungeon score of 8 out of 10, let's see how it performs in a Grandmaster Nightfall. Keeping the build the exact same mods, keeping it simple, keeping the same aspects fragments, especially the arc grenade to jolt targets, so that our grenades will jolt overload champions and stun them. Easy, you know, easy peasy. Keep it nice and simple. Yeah, looks like they're having a tough time. Yep, yeah. I think we don't really even have to shoot our guns. I think, yep. This is what happens when you have a triple Fallen Sunstar Arc Warlocks, I guess. You just don't have to shoot your weapons. Break the cannons off. And then we'll set up the rifts. And, oh, guess they're out of range of our rifts. It's okay, they'll run past us. I guess I'll shoot my weapon. Whatever. Oh my god. I feel like I can just throw a grenade up there. That was stupid. Probably should have thrown it at the ground. Arc Souls are doing what we need them to do. Go ahead and plop down another rift. Using guns in Destiny is overrated. Just let your Arc Souls do all the work. You can get up and go to the bathroom, grab a snack. Yeah. See? What a funny build. Alright, typically here I go to like my little cheese spot, I guess you would call it, over in the back left, but I feel like I can just set up an Arc Soul rift and I don't even have to. We'll just park up. Whatever. What are they gonna do to me? Nothing. Nothing is what they're gonna do to me. Look, it's all an Arc Soul. Mistakes were made. Maybe I should have gone to the good spot. Oh god. Everything's fine. This is all going exactly to plan. I wanna kill the barrier servitor. There we go. I'm gonna do one of these. And then I can't really see the enemies down there, but whoa, hey. Not cool. Yep, my grenade completely missed. It's fine. I don't really know what just happened there, but it worked. So we're good. Okay, I'll set up my Arc Soul rift right here. That way we're behind this pillar. We're pretty safe. Yeah. Nice. I don't have grenade up, so I don't have overload right now, but we have the trace rifle, so we're good. Zap. It's gotta be like the best Warlock finisher. The little electric Palpatine hands one. Well, I can't really get amplified anymore. Oh, yeah, I can. Oh, yep. Yep, that's doing it. That's... Okay, that was awesome. Set up the rifts. Hey. It's off limits. Let everything explode. I'm gonna play up a little bit as well. And then I'll do a Chaos Reach. I did my Chaos Reach a little too early, I think. Yep. And then Pulse Grenade will stun both of those guys. Yeah. That'll do it. 50% of the time, I have no idea what I'm doing with this build. I don't know what enemies I'm killing. I don't know what I'm shooting at. I just see a bunch of blue explosions, and I'm just like, okay. This seems like it's working. Which is kind of hilarious, because it does work. Hit him with some pulse grenades. Yeah. Not even using heavy. He still just gets decimated. I'm going to save my Chaos Reach for his final phase. We'll just kind of burn him with a little bit of heavy here. He should get phased. Yeah, he's already phased. We'll save the Chaos Reach for when we get him to like a quarter HP. Or honestly, we could probably triple Chaos Reach him the second that we get him out of this phase, and he'll probably get basically one shot. Get him! Oh no. Alright, that was pretty funny. Similar to dungeons, grenades and Chaos Reach are providing nice bursts of DPS against champions and bosses. Ad clearing with this build remains perfect thanks to all of the jolting grenades and lightning beams cascading across the battlefield. Survival is a bit tougher though, with the only healing source being a rift that, while good at consistently healing, won't always out-heal the high enemy damage output of a GM. But the utility department proves even better in team content, where allies can be supplied with Arc Souls and bonus ability regen from your Fallen Sunstar. Hitting an overall Grandmaster score of 8 out of 10, let's finish things off with its raid performance. Raid time, for simplicity's sake, we're obviously going to change the weapons around a little bit, depending on, you know, if we're doing an ad clear encounter, if we're doing a boss encounter, probably do a little rocket action. Mods, I think we'll keep pretty much the exact same, and we'll keep all the fragments the exact same. Keep it nice and simple. Keep the stats the same. We're gonna try and make as many. Oh wait, is that another Fallen Sunstar? Oh, how beautiful! I told you guys earlier, when we start running this with all other Fallen Sunstar Warlocks, it's gonna get even more OP, because all of our Ionic Traces are not only gonna fund our abilities, but they're also gonna fund our teammates' abilities as well. And like, that's a two-way street too. So Tactics Pub over here, all the traces that they make are also gonna fuel my abilities when they collect them. And also Tactics Pup is just someone that hangs out in my stream a lot. So if you want to partake in these videos and help us in the raids and help us in the GMs for this YouTube content that we do, come hang out in the stream. You'll get to participate in one of these build analysis videos. It's super fun. Ooh, we have Arbalist, anti-barrier. The star of the show for this is like Arc Souls, in my opinion, because you're just plopping a bunch of rifts down all over the place because the Ionic Traces are constantly refunding all of your abilities, which allows you to put like 20 rifts on the field, basically, which aren't even being used as healing rifts at that point. They're just being used as like stations where your teammates can go and pick up Arc Souls at. And then all 6 of your players have an Arc Soul, and then you guys basically don't have to shoot at anything anymore. Oh my god, he dies so quick. His health bar is just jumping. All the enemies are dying too fast. I can't make Ionic Traces. Although, like we said in Ghost of the Deep, not having any enemies alive to be able to restore your abilities from is not the worst problem to have. You know, if all the enemies are dead, you did something right. So there. See ya. You might be immune, but my Arc Soul is still extreme. Look, he's not even shooting at me because he's so scared of my Arc Soul. You can literally be immune to the immune enemies because your Arc Soul is just that terrifying. The build's that good. Getaway amplifies you and amped Arc buddies shoot faster. Yeah, but you also get amplified for any Arc double kill, and with Fallen Sunstar, you get amplified whenever you collect an Ionic Trace. In fact, I would argue that Getaway is worse because you have to sacrifice your grenade. So when you're looking at like Getaway Artist versus... Oh. We're fine. When you look at Getaway Artist versus Fallen Sunstar, you have to consider like what you gain versus what you give up. If you had Getaway Artist, you obviously would not use the Arc Soul aspect because you're getting your Arc Souls by consuming your grenades. So you would replace it with the aspect, I forget the name of it, but it's the one that lets you, you know, use your melee charge to slide and do the whatever, the slide melee electric carpet bomb thing. Whereas with Fallen Sunstar, your Arc Soul is just as potent because the aspect Arc Soul is just as powerful as the Getaway Artist Arc Soul. And while it's true that you become amplified when you consume the grenade for Arc Soul and Getaway Artist, with Fallen Sunstar, you also get amplified just by picking up an Ionic Trace, which also supercharges the aspect Arc Soul. So you still have the same amount of damage coming from, and same fire rate from your Rift Arc Soul. It's just a different means of acquisition. And it allows you to use Fallen Sunstar, which allows for way more ability uptime, which I would say is the main appeal of Fallen Sunstar. And you don't have to sacrifice your grenade to be able to have your Arc Soul. You just put down your Rift, which you're going to put down anyway, and you get your Arc Soul. Or maybe I'll do like a video about it. I'll do like a versus video. You can leave a comment if you want to see a versus video comparing Fallen Sunstar to Getaway Artist. Maybe we can even throw a Crown of Tempest helmet into that mix as well. Compare all 3. How is he still immune? I saw my grenade do damage. Easy. Alright. Alright, got our Arc Soul up. Probably a little too early. Oh, he's damageable. It just didn't do the whatchamacallit. Didn't do the animation to start his DPS phase. Because Destiny 2 is a bug-free game. It just did my Rift animation, but I didn't actually do the Rift. Incredible. Oh, we're not gonna kill him, are we? Wow, that is so lame. If it actually did the animation and we knew that we were in DPS phase, we probably would have killed him. It's our fault, really, though. Destiny 2 has no bugs, as we all know. I love Arc Souls so much. God, this I figured it just wouldn't do the animation again. So I don't know. I give Arc Souls to everyone, miss my rocket, doesn't matter because I have Chaos Reach, and he's dead. I love Destiny 2. Thanks to being able to provide 6 Arc Souls at the snap of a finger, DPS phases can feel extra nice. And to the surprise of no one, the ad clear remains exceptional. Tankiness is pretty solid as well, thanks to all of the healing rifts, and utility remains near perfect from team-wide Arc Souls and widespread ability refunds. With an overall score of 8.5 out of 10, let's put it all together to see how this build stacks up. Running the show in ad clear and utility, coupled with respectable performance and survivability and DPS, this Arc Warlock build clocks a grand total score of 24.5 out of 30, making it a fantastic build to use in absolutely any endgame PvE activity and securing it first place in the overall rankings. Comment below what build you want to see next, see previous episodes linked in the description, stop by my live stream on Twitch to watch us film these live, and hit that subscribe button if you want to see the next episode. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a great day.